Hyundai presents The Rizzo Show. And now your host, Tony Rizzo.
How about that ride, kids, huh? I bet you love to drive that. Hey, everybody. Good evening and welcome. Special edition of The Rizzo Show. We've got our Hyundai vehicles with us. Of course, Hyundai, our title sponsor of The Rizzo Show, and we've got a very special program for you tonight. We're in between Quicken Loans Arena and beautiful Progressive Field. We're going to go over and check with the tribe. Going to talk to a lot of the members of the Indians who are on a roll in the playoffs, baby. Can they make it? We'll find out. Also, we'll talk about the Browns' first preseason game. How did it go against the St. Louis Rams? Gerard Cherry will join us. But first, we're going to kick it all off with the guy who's turned it all around for the Indians, manager Terry Francona. Check it out. Here in the Tribe Dugout with manager Tito Francona. Terry, thanks for being with us again. We haven't talked since spring training on the Rizzo Show. Are you about where you thought you would be at this point in the season? You're in the hunt for a playoff spot.
You know what, I don't ever really get too caught up in where you think you're going to be. I mean, we are where we are, and it's about the middle of August, and we're right in the middle of it, so that's good. I mean, I wish we were 10 games ahead.
Sure.
But we've played to this point where every game is so meaningful, and that's a good thing, because there's not a worse feeling in the world than being in this time of the year and being out of it. So again, when you lose a killer game like we did a couple of nights ago, it's hard, but the good part of it is they're so meaningful that when we win them, they'll feel that much better.
You were working in TV last year. You back in the dugout. You enjoying it?
Yeah, I do. I started to miss it, but not to the point where I wanted to take a job that wasn't good for me. And when Chris called, I knew this was the place I wanted to be. And it's actually probably been every bit more. I mean, working for Chris and his guys and being here in Cleveland, this is what I wanted.
It's a grind, though. I mean, it's a lot of work.
Well, oh yeah, but I mean, it is a grind, but I like the grind.
Sure.
I mean, when you go through it with people that you care about and you respect, part of the fun is going through the grind.
Starting pitching's been the key for you, better than a lot of the experts predicted, but you caught a bad break with Corey Kluber, who's going to be out. Is it open up something for maybe another guy, a younger player?
Well, Danny Salazar's pitching, and we certainly have to watch his innings because he's coming off of Tommy John. Every team goes through things like this. It's a shame because Klubs was right in front of our eyes, becoming one of the better pitchers, if not on our team, in the league, and that's exciting. Now, we need to manage this finger like we did with Zach, and we will, and he'll come back and be better than ever, but it doesn't help our chances, but it doesn't mean we can't win.
The way this team's currently constructed, going into the trade deadline, you said if you don't make any moves, you're good with it. Do you feel like this team has enough? You won 2 World Series, Terry. Is this a playoff team?
If we get to the playoffs, we're a playoff team. I mean, I don't.
Great answer.
But I mean, I don't think me saying it.
Sure.
You certainly have to believe, and I think we do. But you got to go play, and I think we're capable. When we play the game right, we can beat anybody. When we don't, we can lose, and that's kind of the way it is. And there's nothing wrong with that.
You feel like the guys have come together as you had hoped at the beginning of spring training?
I think, I'm very proud of them. There's been times we've gone through some rough patches, but we've come through them. We're a team, and that's important. It makes it a lot easier for me on nights when things aren't going well to stand there and feel like, okay, we'll figure this out.
Well, I got to tell you, just about everybody we talked to, I talked to Chris and Mark and all your players, and everybody said the key to everything has been you, that the Indians, the best move they made was when they signed you to be their manager. Best of luck, Skip. Hope you guys are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We're all rooting for you. You've done a great job so far.
Thanks very much.
Terry Francona, manager of your Cleveland Indians. Thank you, Tito. Folks, remember, these beautiful Hyundais come with America's best warranty. 100,000-mile, 10-year powertrain warranty with assurance. Now, speaking of assurance, let's talk to Cleveland's newest dad. Indians outfielder and first baseman Nick Swisher. Oh, look where we're at with my bro, Mr. Brohio. Come on, Nick. How you been, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Great to see you again. Thanks for joining us on Rizzo Show. Gosh, I don't think we've talked since spring training. I know you've done some stuff with Mike Polk. Nikki, I know the year maybe hasn't gone the way you expected, but team-wise, you guys are in the hunt for a playoff berth, and that's where you wanted to be.
Exactly. When you're going through that free agency process and you're trying to figure out where you want to go, for us, being here in Cleveland has turned out to be the best decision that we've made. The team has played extremely well. Even though, I haven't played as well as I would have liked, you got to just keep being the leader. You got to keep grinding and doing what you can to help the team every day.
All right, let's talk what's really important. All right, is the baby sleeping at night or not? Don't lie.
Hey, man. Here and there.
The whole night, though, no way. I have 5 kids. I know exactly what you're going.
I'm learning, man. First time going through having a baby, man. It's different, man. Especially right in the middle of the season, man. It's
you're up.
Tell
everybody. But wait a minute. Everybody realizes that's watching. They know. Most everybody knows.
Oh man.
Right?
You know what? It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm the most lucky guy in the world, man. I've got the 2 greatest women on the planet. My little baby girl, my wife, man, and she's helped me out a lot because it's tough to get up all the time in the middle of the night. So she's been a rock star, man. She's helped us out a little bit and let me get a little bit of sleep.
Nick, as great as it is now, it's even greater when they start sleeping. I know you would never use it as an excuse, but Nick, it's a big adjustment for you.
You know what? I've heard some guys say that it is life altering, like I was talking about, man. They're so right. But either way, man, I'm so fortunate to be here, man. We've got a great team, man. We've had such a great season, and we still got a couple months to try and finish this thing out.
Well, remember this, the kids right now are great when they're little, but when they start talking back and asking for iPads, okay, that's when you really got to worry. All right, couple of things now. Let's get to know some of your teammates. And I've asked some of your teammates these same questions, so we'll have to see. Who can eat the most on the 2013 Cleveland Indians? I've had a couple different answers for that. Not you, by the way. You look skinny.
No, man,
okay?
If that's the question, I'm going to have to go with the biggest guy on our team. I'm going to have to say Justin Masterson. Nasty.
He's the winner, by the way, with this.
Absolutely.
Best dressed outside the clubhouse. Now, a couple of people voted for Mark Reynolds and then started cracking up.
No, you know what? I think I'm going to go with Ubaldo Jimenez on that.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, he's flossing.
You can be fronting and maxing.
He can do it.
I like it. Biggest slob in the clubhouse.
I'm not going to call out any names, but there's some lockers on this side of the room that could use some work.
I don't want to see those there.
That could use some work. So.
Well, Nicholas, thank you for being with us. Okay, listen, best of luck with the baby, and it is a blessing, and she will eventually start sleeping. Hang in there, and I hope you guys are in the postseason, bro. Best of luck.
That, man. You know what? It's been a good year, man. Our fans have been behind us the whole way, and we're really going to need them down the stretch, man.
All right, take a deep breath. Hang in there this year.
Right,
I'm going to predict this right now. You got greatness in you at some point this year when your team's going to need it most. You watch.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yes, sir.
There he is, Nick Swisher.
Thanks a lot, Nick. I'm sure you'll be getting some sleep very soon. Folks, look at this beautiful Elantra, one of the most fuel-efficient vehicles available in America today. And when we come back, we're talking Browns. First preseason game in the books. The Hyundai Rizzo Show rolls on after this.
Welcome back, everybody. Rizzo Show. Time to talk a little Browns. They played last Thursday night, and Gerard, they looked pretty good against the Rams. Let's start with Brandon Weeden. He had a great game, and Gerard, he looked way more comfortable than he did at any point last season.
Definitely, Riz, and that's the thing you're encouraged about. This guy showed composure. He showed willingness to go out there and lead his team down the football field, and I was encouraged because I saw a guy comfortable in his own skin.
The offense looked a lot different. 13 plays, he was in the shotgun for 10 of them. That clearly helped him, right?
Correct. Put a guy in a position where he can succeed. In college, that's all Brandon Weeden did was drop back from a shotgun position. Don't have him doing 3-step, 5-step drops, because when you do, more than likely he's going to get sacked. So I was very encouraged by what the play calling took place in that game.
All right, I thought the surprise of the night, though, was Dion Lewis, the running back. He really looked good, Gerard.
Yeah, you know what you want is a mismatch situation. Credit Norv Turner. He may have showed too much. You might want to keep Dion under the wraps and not let the league know what he's capable of doing. But at the same time, he helped Brandon Weeden play effectively, and you got to give him props. That was a pleasant surprise in Dion Lewis.
All right, let's hope Trent Richardson plays this week against the Lions, and I think Lewis is a real nice compliment to him. All right, let's talk defense.
All right.
What do you think of the number 1 pick, Barkevious Mingo?
speed, speed, and more speed. He displayed that, he showed that, and that's what we brought him in for, to get to the quarterback. He did that. I'm not quite concerned yet about him getting into the drops of a curl or flat zone. I want to get out the quarterback, and he did that last night.
Also, I thought the Browns' defensive line dominated the Rams. Is that going to be the strength of this team this year?
Oh, you saw it up front, the front seven. Backups coming in, dominating, and that's what you want to see, Riz. It all starts in the trenches, so when you're dominating from that standpoint, you have a hope. And I know it was the first preseason game, but at the same time, the team looked good last night.
All right, no Josh Cribbs, no Phil Dawson. We were very concerned about that. But how about Travis Benjamin taking one to the house? Gerard, that is huge. We saw him do it last year, too.
Yes, we did, and you said to yourself, Josh Cribbs is gone. What are we going to do? Travis Benjamin filled in very nicely, and the thing that's encouraging about it, this guy has got young, fresh legs. He's fast, and then on top of that, the special teams regarding what else Josh Cribbs was doing. Kickoff coverage, punt coverage, they all look good as well. So we're on the verge of seeing a team that can play complementary football.
All right, Gerard, I'm not here to rag on the people that were here last year, but I thought the coaching overall, the Browns got the plays in with no problem. There were no penalties. They didn't turn the ball over. I thought the coaching staff did a phenomenal job. Rob Chudzinski looked pretty comfortable on the sidelines.
Right, organization, that's the key. And Rob looked like he was comfortable in his own shoes as well. And what you want to see in a preseason game is not guys jumping off sides, not guys running around like chickens with their heads cut off. And you saw none of that.
Yeah.
You saw a professional outfit out there. And I'm with you. I don't want to bang on the last year's regime, but the truth is what it is. They looked unorganized last year going into the first game, let alone a preseason game.
And what do you think the Browns, as far as, playing together as a team? You said they got offense, defense, and special teams. They got the total effort.
Exactly. All played their part. Defense got a turnover. Offense scored in the red zone. And then you had the kicking team return one back, and you had great coverage. Tackle inside of 20 for kickoffs. All those things add up to winning. And even in the third and fourth quarter, those guys did what was necessary to win the football game.
If I look at this and say, okay, it was one game, fine. Had the Browns played poorly, everybody would be jumping off the 480 bridge, right?
Exactly. And that's the thing. Brandon Whedon plays awful. What are we talking about? Whedon watch begins countdown now. We don't have to say that because he looked good. Now, granted, you have 3 more games to go. Well, technically 2. But at the end of the day, I'm encouraged by what I saw.
All right, next up for the Browns, they take on the Lions in the Great Lakes Classic. For this right here, folks, this is the trophy that we'll be playing for on Thursday night. Thanks, Gerard. Always a pleasure. Go Browns.
I remember, Browns fans, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Oh, look at us. We're with our beautiful Hyundais. Look at this Santa Fe. Is it gorgeous? Speaking of gorgeous, how about the job Chris Antonetti did in the offseason for the Indians? They're in the playoff hunt, and we caught up with them earlier this week.
We're here with Indians GM Chris Antonetti. Chris, thanks for coming back on the Rizzo Show. We appreciate it. Haven't talked to you in a while, Chris, and here you guys are in the hunt for a playoff spot. Is it what you expected this season?
It is to some extent. You always want more. We'd prefer to be leading the division or running away with a wild card. But the fact is we've played well enough to have meaningful games for the balance of the season and put ourselves in a position to contend for a playoff spot.
Things that have surprised you this year on the positive side, got to be starting pitching, right?
Starting pitching, especially over the last month, I think we're among the league leaders in starting ERA. Actually, as a team overall, we've done a really good job of preventing runs over the last month and a half. And the development of guys like Corey Kluber, the emergence of Danny Salazar has been great. Masty's bounced back from last year. So there have been a lot of positive stories on that. But I think overall on a team level, the resiliency of this team has been really impressive. And I think the way they've come together as a collective unit, because there have been some tough times. We obviously went through stretches where we didn't play great and we lost some games or had some tough losses, but we always rebounded and put ourselves back in a position to contend.
On the other side, I guess the bullpen's been a disappointment for everyone. Vinny's not even up right now with the club. He's going through some issues. Chris has had some on and off the field issues. I know you've tried to make some improvements there. How disappointed are you with the bullpen?
I think it's gone a little bit in fits and starts. There have been times where each of those guys have been very good. Chris had that tough outing against the Tigers, but prior to that had been so effective since he came back off the disabled list. Hadn't blown a save up to that point. So he's done a very good job, and now we're just trying to work through finding the right pieces and right balance and matchups leading up to him.
Earlier this week, you guys extended a contract of Mr. Rayburn. That's got to be a pleasant surprise. He's really played well.
He has. He fits the team perfectly. I think one of the strengths of this team has been the bench and the versatility of the bench, which has allowed us to withstand some injuries to Michael Bourne, Nick Swisher, Asdrubal all went down with injuries earlier this year, and we didn't miss that much because we had guys like Mike Aviles and Ryan Rayburn, and having the opportunity to have both guys, Ryan and Mike, under control beyond this year provides us some stability on that bench and allows us to construct a good team moving forward.
You guys didn't make a big deal before the trade deadline. Chris, I know people and fans wanted you to do that. Did you try real hard?
We explored a lot. I think when you step back and look at the deadline, though, there were really very few deals that were made. And when you look at it, actually, there were 40%, 60% fewer deals made this year than any year over the last 10.
Are you a playoff team?
I think so, and we'll see over the next 50 days. But I believe in the group of guys in the clubhouse, and I think we have the ability, when we play well, to play with anyone. And we'll see how it plays out over the next 50 games. I'm excited to see it unfold.
Well, it's been an exciting season so far, and as predicted by yours truly in the preseason, the Indians are in the mix for a playoff spot. GM Chris Antonetti, thanks very much, Chris. Best of luck to you and the club rest of the way.
Thanks, Riz. My pleasure.
Boy, thanks to GM Chris Antonetti. Let's hope the Indians can get in the postseason. When we come back, we are going to talk with Mike Polk, and you will relish the opportunity. Look at these beautiful Hyundais. We're outside. Rizzo Show rolling on with more after this. Welcome back outside of our Hyundai studios, but with our Hyundais and on the Pavers Walk of Fame. Folks, look at this. I got one of these from, back in the 90s. I was working at HK, and then, of course, at Magic 105.7 FM. By the way, I've seen these things like 3 times since they've been put in, but proud to be a part of the history of the old Jacobs Field. Time now for a history in the making piece from our own Mike Polk. He wants in on the condiment races. Check it out.
Hello, citizens. It's me, Relish. It's really Mike Polk Jr. under here. As you all know, it's been my dream to run in the Sugardale condiment races here at Progressive Field. They have it every game where the mustard and the ketchup and the onion race each other. Well, I offered to run as Relish. I made my own costume at home while I was alone last night, and they still won't let me run. So I'm going to have people sign my petition to allow Relish to run in the hot dog races. Let's take it to the streets.
Let him run!
Thank you so much. They won't let me, Relish, run in the condiment races. You know, the mustard and ketchup races?
That's bizarre.
I mean, he likes...
I made this myself, all right? It's not easy. Do you think Ketchup made his own costume?
No, I'll
Exactly. All right.
You're a great condiment.
Thank you.
You are a great condiment.
I go great with a lot of things.
You go great with everything. I put you on everything.
Thank you. Why does Onion get to run, but I don't? Onion is disgusting. That's from Relish. That's from Relish. That's from Relish.
Bye.
That's from Relish. What's up, Ketchup? What's up, Mustard? You guys scared? Is that what this is? You guys are scared to run against Relish. Admit it. Are you scared? You can't talk because you're... Oh, it's the lady one. It's the lady onion thing. Oh, my God. Okay, this is creepy. I'm going to have a nightmare about this.
Let Relish run!
Very good. I'd get nervous, too, if I was around a superhero like me.
Can I leave my phone number?
Yeah, definitely put your phone number on there. That'll help Relish out.
Okay.
This is working perfectly. Phone number's not really necessary.
I'll throw it in there. Email, Facebook,
Email's fine.
Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Look at these two, giving me the business, but they won't race me. Here he is again. All right, no, it's, no, I know, we see you. You have to smile constantly. All right, yeah, all right, Mustard. Taunting me, these condiments. They're scared of Relish. They can't hang with Relish. That's the bottom line. Oh, wow, another 555 number. What a weird... Hey, what are you actually doing later? Because honestly, you're kind of cute. A handful of people, the ones who were sober enough to sign their names. It doesn't matter. The point is, they want Relish to run in the hot dog races. I didn't make this costume for no reason. So, let them know. Call your local congressman. Tell them you want to see Relish run. Call the Cleveland Indians at home. Tell them you want to see Relish run. Let's make this dream come true. Not just for me, not just for the crappiest condiment that exists, Relish, for America.
Good luck with that, Michael. By the way, did that look like a homemade costume or what? Folks, don't go anywhere. We're not done. Rizzy's rant still to come. The Be-Bald rant of the week. Next on The Rizzo Show, brought to you by Hyundai. Finally tonight, time for our Rizzy B-Bald rant of the week. Of course, B-Bald makes products for guys who shave their head. My rant involves the Detroit Tigers. Yeah, I know. They've had the Indians' number this year, but folks, that doesn't mean a whole lot when you get in the postseason. Remember this, wild card is all the Indians need. Yeah, I know they got a play-in game, they got to win, but you need a little momentum. All this great work that Detroit's doing in the regular season won't matter when we get to the postseason. Think of the Cardinals a couple years ago coming out of nowhere to win the whole thing. They weren't even in the playoffs until September, middle of September. Look, just get the Indians into the playoffs, and I'll take my chances. By the way, I think they're going to make it. Boy, thanks to everybody for being a cast of thousands, star-studded Rizzo show, and of course, thanks to our sponsor, Hyundai. See you again next week. Good to be alive on the next Rizzo Show.